Yolo Podcast. I'm WIGNZ. With me is Uncle Phil. We are the founders of Yolo Rum, and this is an exciting episode for me, Phil.
I know that you are a huge fan of wrestling, so I expect that today would be a big day for you.
Ooh, I'm very excited, but not just. All right, let me get into it because this guy is the DZW Lightning Division Champ, DZW Domination Zone Wrestling. Oh, look at the belt right there. He is a Yolo Rum investor as well. With us on the Yolo Podcast, Romeo Falcon. Welcome to the show.
Hey, welcome, Romeo.
What's happening, Phil? What's happening, Producer WIGNZ? How you doing, man?
Oh,
How you
man.
guys doing, I should say?
We're good, dude. You're looking good. The gold around the shoulder. That's awesome.
Yes, Indeed. I'll be defending it this weekend, man. I'll be defending it Saturday in Houston, and then after that, I'll be flying over to Denver, and I actually have another title match. And I found out Sunday. Just found out that I'll be wrestling for the 303 championship in Sunday for Primos Wrestling. So there might be another belt on my other shoulder. So we'll see how that goes.
That not many people get it. Phil watches wrestling or knows about wrestling only because of me, Romeo. But that's a big.
Even though I was watching it before you were born.
Were you into it hardcore like that?
AWA, man.
Oh, you were into it
Ganyas
hardcore.
and yeah.
Yes.
The Ganyas, I love it.
Oh, I just thought I was nerding out.
Greg and Vern Gagne and Mean Gene and
yeah, awesome. That makes me, dude. I thought I was nerding out
Iron
solo.
Sheik and
Yeah,
come on, man.
no, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was there when it all
See,
started.
Phil is what I call classic. You say,
Yeah.
Phil, you're a classic.
Well, thanks,
fan
man.
Right there.
Thanks, Romeo. I appreciate it.
Because that's more of the old school wrestling. See, I think I started right after that. That was when like it was the Puppies and Stone Cold and The Rock and all of that stuff.
Attitude Era.
The Attitude Era. But all the stuff that you watched, like that's on the WWE Network, and it blows your mind, man. Because those guys were like rock stars.
They still play that stuff. Junkyard Dog and Andre the Giant. And
You can find them. You can find on the network. It's like Netflix for wrestling.
Jesse the Body.
Yeah.
And Phil, see, you can probably, I'm going to kind of segue into that. So Phil, you actually are right there on the cusp of why I became a professional wrestler, because some of those names you just mentioned there, like Jimmy Superfly Snuka, that's one of the guys that kind of like, I saw him jump off the cage. I mean, later on it was like a tape, but when I saw him jump off the cage, I'm like, he has no shoes on. This guy's jumping off a cage. He's bloody. It was amazing. And then, going up a few more years, it was Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. That was like the reason why I fell in love with wrestling. It was not Hulk Hogan. It was not Ultimate Warrior. It was the $1 Million Man. He walked out. He would hold the belt. He just had this zeal about him, that his persona. Like, I want to be like that guy. That guy has all the gold, all the money. That guy's the guy I want to be like.
Oh, and
So
such a
that's
great
why.
mouthpiece. That's awesome. Those are some good people to influence you.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
But so for you and I, Romeo, this was something where we've kind of followed each other on social media for years. So you probably saw me when I looked like I was a 12-year-old morning show producer, and then now to where you're on the show with us for Phil and I for the podcast. But same thing for you, man. Watched you you started here 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, I did. I started in Denver 10 years ago, a little company, Primos Pro Wrestling, which, again, this Sunday, they're having their biggest show of the year, their 10th anniversary for Slave to the Death Match. We'll get into that here in a minute. But, yeah, Primos Pro Wrestling opened up the door for me. They started training. They have a training school called the Butcher Shop. That's where I cut my teeth in the professional wrestling. Actually, within my first year, I tore my ACL. So it's like, oh, wow, like I just started and I'm already done. But that wasn't the case. I was like, oh, no way. This is just the beginning. So right after I had my surgery, they kind of said, well, you can't wrestle. What can you do? And they handed me a hairbrush and they're like, cut a promo. And I'm in the middle of the ring in front of like 8 people. And I just grabbed the hairbrush. I just like chewed everybody out. And they went, okay, you're going to be a manager. So I was like, fine. As long as I can be in the business somehow, I want to be in this business. So after I tore my ACL for about a year or so of not being able to compete, I was a manager. And then as I got better, they started letting me train again. And that's when I finally broke into the ring in Denver and became my own person. I became Romeo. It was just Romeo at that time before I added Falcon when I moved to Houston. So, yeah, I got my start 10 years ago in Denver. And that's why I actually, anywhere I wrestle, I bill myself from Denver, Colorado, because I feel so much pride that that's where I got my start.
No, that's an awesome story. I mean, it's a terrible situation, but it kind of got you to where you're at right now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, terrible. I didn't even do anything cool. I was literally training, jumped over the top rope, landed, pop, ACL, just snap.
Oh, gosh.
And I was out for almost a year. Reconstructive surgery. I love my mother because my mother 10 years ago wasn't the biggest fan of mine as she is today. But 10 years ago when that happened, I wake up from my surgery. She's sitting at bedside with me and she goes, "Are you done with this stuff?" And I looked right at her all drugged up and I said, "Not a chance." And now get it 10 years later, I'm wrestling in Texas and my mother is one of my biggest social media. Like, she throws my face on everything. Like, "Go see my son. He's wrestling here. He's wrestling there." So 10 years ago, she's like, "Don't do this." And now 10 years later, she's like, "Oh yeah, go see him. He's wrestling in Corpus. He's wrestling in San Antonio." So she's awesome.
Dude, now with AEW, because that's being released, or that's starting, like it's a whole new series in October, and then there's a wrestling buzz just because WWE's paying attention for that. But you yourself, you did the tryouts for TNA, ROH. You were at Booker T's promotion, which was ROW, right? And so now do you feel a buzz just on even on that level to where you're like, oh my God, the industry is just changing so fast?
Yeah, right now it's a really cool time to be a pro wrestler. Give it like 5-6 years ago, it wasn't so cool. You know, it was like, you know, you're just doing the indies and it was still kind of the John Cena's of the world were still like on the top, you know, like that's what people wanted to see. They wanted to see the You Can't See Me's. They wanted to see John Cena and Randy Orton. And now the indies have boomed because I'm 6 foot, 220 pounds. I'm not the standard big guy, you know, that used to be the 6'4", 6'5", you know, 300-pound wrestler. But now, like you just said, in AEW, you got a lot of guys that are my size that are doing really big things. Not to mention WWE's kind of coined off of that. That's why you see those type of guys in NXT and now breaking the way in SmackDown and WWE. But yeah, I mean, AEW is huge. The ROH tryouts I did, there are members of AEW staff now that I've tried out for. Christopher Daniels being one of them. I sat on the bus and with him, and he's critiqued a lot of my style. And after
he's been watching the matches
back to the airport.
He was watching your matches.
I'm sorry.
He was watching your matches.
Yeah, watching my match, looking at how I dress. You know, you got to have tough skin in this business because I had, you know, those guys in Ring of Honor and now AEW sit down with me and go, "This is how you suck, and this is how you're great." And 9 times out of 10, you're going to suck a lot more than you are great. You know, and I've taken a lot of those words and implemented them into who I am now and kind of tweaked everything to stand out of the crowd. So, you know, it's definitely a journey, but like you said, AEW is on its way, you know, ROH is on its way, and, you know, TNA is still there, but they're more Impact and they're actually moving to a new channel. So
they are.
Being a wrestler right now is still, it's a buzzword. It's definitely a buzzword.
Yeah, that's awesome. But I mean, you're the champ, so that speaks volumes. Because I mean, it really does though. Because if there's all these promotions and there's all these wrestlers out there, the fact that you were able to stand out in that division it's an accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, everybody knows what pro wrestling is all about, and in this in particular promotion, DZW, you know, I'm basically either the top or the second top babyface or good guy of the promotion. So every time I step foot in that building, fans are there. There's Romeo t-shirts, there's Chesto t-shirts.
That's cool.
You know, I have so many supporters all around the country now, and even some across the globe, so to speak. I mean, there's fans of mine that have hit me up from Mexico, Canada. So, you know, I'm loving it. I love what I'm doing. I love what I represent, and you know, I'm just gonna keep going forward with it.
Wow, there's almost a lot of parallels in the business world to the wrestling world in terms of just perseverance and striving to get to a certain.
It is. It's just a different business. It is the business world.
Yeah,
it's a gigantic business. And the things you guys do are absolutely incredible. I mean, it's absolutely YOLO. I mean, and being an extreme sport, there is no more extreme of a sport than throwing your body around like the way you guys do.
Absolutely. It takes a certain scale of athleticism. You know, I'm a CrossFit coach. I do CrossFit 3-4 times a week to make sure my body is, you know, in as best a shape as possible. I mean, WIGNZ, you're a dad. I'm a dad. So we still have to, not only do we get our exercise from CrossFit or whatever we do, but we're also chasing a kid around. So that's an exercise in itself.
Although I don't do CrossFit.
I
don't do CrossFit though.
I couldn't tell. Yeah. I couldn't tell, man. You are ripped though.
Well, yeah, no, it's the medium and the large body. That's like the two don't mix well together. No, but that's awesome, man. Like it is funny because I see all these personal pictures that you're posting, even of your dog back in the day, and so it's like it's crazy to see that it's like this persona and this attitude is like making it, man. And I'm glad glad you're a YOLO investor. Like,
Yeah, thank you.
That's good
Thank
representation.
you for your
right there.
support.
You know,
There it is.
I remember absolutely. Just to segue into YOLO, man. You talked it up. You, Larry Uleberry, everybody kept talking it up, and I'm not a big drinker. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I do like to partake in an occasional cocktail. And I'm not a bourbon guy, and I like tequila and I like rum. So when I saw you guys throwing this out, and there was an opportunity for me to invest a little bit, I got my best friend to invest. I invested, and you guys don't sell here in Austin, but I do have my resource on how to get my YOLO Rum here to my house. So, and YOLO Rum Silver is absolutely my favorite. Mix it with a little bit of Sprite, and I'm happy.
Good for you, man. Thank you very much for your support. We appreciate it. And we're big fans of you.
I just need
also.
one of those hats. I mean, I need to wear one of those hats soon.
We'll get you one.
Well, so that brings us, I think, to the next thing, Phil. YOLO Rum and wrestling is coming together, baby. Let's talk a little bit about that, Romeo.
Absolutely. It's no surprise, that we're big wrestling fans. WIGNZ, I remember catching you at Monday Night Raw in Denver, snapping a picture and sending it to you personally, like, dude, you're on TV. And about a year later, I got an opportunity to wrestle in Denver for Slave 9. And I reached out to you through social media, and I was like, dude, you got to be my manager. You just responded a little too late, but you still responded nevertheless. And now this Sunday, Slave to the Death match 10 in Denver from the Watering Bowl. Romeo is going to be going for some more gold with the 303 championship against Chongo. And I'm not going to the ring alone, because I actually asked you, Producer WIGNZ, to be in my corner, to be my manager, my mouth of the South.
Oh, yeah.
I need you, my big dog, to be with me on my back, ride into the ring, and make sure that I walk away with the gold. So what do you say, WIGNZ? How about this Sunday, you and me? Do we do this?
Oh, yeah, brother. Oh, yeah. We're going to get down in there. We're going to pump you up. We're going to get Romeo Falcon out to the ring. I'm going to come out with a shirt cannon. I'm going to pump that shirt cannon full of a YOLO Rum shirt, and I'm going to pump it up. Just like Romeo Falcon's arms. It's getting pumped up, and I'm shooting it in the crowd because YOLO, baby. You only live once. So yes,
I love it. I love the enthusiasm. I love exactly what you're bringing, because that's exactly what we need this Sunday. Not only do I need you to represent the chess club, the geek life, we need to walk out there straight up YOLO, and we need to go ahead and walk away with some more gold. So I appreciate that, WIGNZ. I really do, man. This Sunday, I look forward to it.
Oh, I do too.
How about you, Phil? Why don't you join us too? I mean, you know what? The more the merrier.
I think I'm going to have to. In the Watering Bowl, they have
YOLO Rum.
Yeah, so we'll
be
come out, have cocktails. I'll be supporting you guys for sure. I don't know if security's going to let WIGNZ in the building, though, if he's acting like that.
I think I can make a couple calls, make sure that
he does. Okay, thanks, Romeo. I appreciate it, man. We want to make sure we get him in for that.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm so excited, dude. I can't not believe that the two worlds are colliding, and to be able to go out there with you is just going to be fun. I mean, I definitely, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I want to bring a shirt cannon. What's the thing that like we can really just get out there and go crazy with?
I'll tell you a little bit about the show. This is the 10th year anniversary. I'm going to tell you right now, it is not family friendly. This in particular show is not family friendly. However, we're going to be in my match will be family friendly. So whatever we do in my match is going to be a traditional wrestling match for the gold. But this is what they call Slave to the Death match. Just be prepared to see some things in pro wrestling that, ECW. Just think ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling from the early 2000s. That's exactly what you're going to see, and maybe just a dash of extreme, more extreme, so to speak. But like, you're going to be fine, WIGNZ. I'm going to take care of you, Phil. You're going to be fine too.
So are you guys going to be?
With me.
Are you going to be coming off the balconies and everything?
You just never know with me, man. You just never know. I've been training lucha. I've been training American style, and sometimes you just got to take that YOLO dive. So to speak. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to call it from now on. When I start doing the dive, I'm going to call it the YOLO dive. It's just
you're the man,
it's done
Romeo.
on your podcast. It's official. So every time I do a dive, it's no longer called what it used to be called. It is now called the YOLO dive, and that's coined for you guys.
Oh, well,
right?
that's awesome.
Our own signature wrestling move.
Yeah, dude.
Every time you see me do it, you just went, oh, there goes the YOLO dive from Romeo Falcon. That's every time.
Right on, Romeo. I appreciate it, man.
Dude, you are the man. I am looking forward to this weekend. I won't get that crazy, Phil.
Can you do the dive, though? Can Romeo Falcon teach you how to do the dive?
You know what? It just depends. Like
what?
what? Yeah, it just depends.
I can teach you. I can definitely teach you.
You know,
That's what I want to see.
It's a YOLO dive. I might just get a little bit into that. Yeah, it's the 10th anniversary, so I'll get a little crazy. It just depends. Whatever you want me to do, I will do. I mean, I probably won't like bleed unless like
you never know.
Unless that dive really takes me out.
No, man, I'm gonna take care of you. But you know, just if you see an opportunity, WIGNZ, that's all I'm gonna ask of you. If you see an opportunity to kind of help your boy walk away with some gold, take advantage of that opportunity.
Oh, it's like that.
If for any reason the referee is having a chat with me and I'm just right there, and you see Chongo sitting there, and you go, you know what, this is an opportunity for WIGNZ to shine. You go ahead and shine, big dog. Shine
YOLO,
bright.
YOLO.
I
We're
can't
doing
wait
the dive.
to see this.
YOLO
I can't
dive.
wait to see this.
Absolutely.
Oh my
it's gonna
God.
It's gonna be a blast. I look forward to it. I really got to thank you, Phil. I got to thank you, WIGNZ, for reaching back out to me. You know, YOLO is great. YOLO's doing big things, and I really feel like, WIGNZ, this might be the start of something really, really big.
Oh my God, I cannot wait. And why is the rum gone, Phil? Because I'm drinking it before I get out there as a manager and do the YOLO dive.
Yeah, you better hope nobody retaliates while you're distracting them.
I'm the total hit and run. I'm the that's why I'm the best manager, because I will knock the hell out of someone and then run. Because I probably won't knock them out, but I'll think I did it. Then I'm gonna boom. I'm out.
Whatever
of there.
you do, I would definitely stick and move.
This is awesome. I can't wait. It's been far too long, WIGNZ. I think this was just bound to happen. I think it was bound for us to finally unite in this way. So I look forward to it, man. I really appreciate you accepting my offer to be my manager this Sunday. And Phil, I really appreciate you extending the olive branch for me to be on your podcast, y'all's podcast. So
absolutely, and I can't wait to come out and support Romeo Falcon.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm gonna need to either grab that hat from you guys, walk out with a YOLO hat. I'll get you guys some chess club shirts. Phil, what size are you? You look like you're
XL.
a large, right?
I'm at least an XL, Romeo.
Show those muscles.
Okay. I'll make sure you guys have some chess club gear.
Oh, I love that.
Some chess club hats.
Thanks, man. Right on.
No, you're the man. DZW Domination Zone Wrestling, Romeo Falcon, the DZW Lightning Division Champ on the YOLO Podcast with us. Thank you, man. I will see you this Sunday, and we're making sure you're bringing that gold back with you over that shoulder, because I want to see you with 2 gold. I want to see you both shoulders, both of that gold on both shoulders, man.
Romeo Falcon.
Yeah, I mean, if I win a 303 championship, that just means I got to keep coming back every month to defend it in Denver. And that just means more rum we're selling, and that means more tickets we're selling. So let's just keep going, baby. Let's keep going.
And more YOLO dives.
And gold is a great color.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Romeo.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.